Okay, hi there. Again, second time I'm coming live on YouTube, and I thought I'll do what I do best, and that is to do a cooking demo. And let me just get the settings right. I've got a very exciting recipe, and I'm making this recipe after quite a while. So one second, let me just get the okay. Hi there, how you all doing, my lovely YouTube followers? So I've got this recipe that I'm going to do, which is already up on my YouTube channel, but it is so exciting and you can do so much with this recipe that I thought, let me bring it for all of you. So I don't know how to begin and what to do. Am I supposed to share? Okay, I can share. Is the recipe for the keto gluten-free egg roll wrappers. That's one part of it. As well as with this, you can also make puff pastry wrappers. Now, a lot of you might not be very excited to, okay, how do I work this out? Oh, I'm so excited to be here though. Oh, maybe a little brighter. Is that a little better? Oh, lovely. There are a few of you that have come online. So, let me see top chat, some messages. All messages are visible. All right, cool. Okay. There we go. Got it a little bright. Okay, no, that's about it. Oh, I've done something wrong again. Oh God, you all will get so irritated with me. But anyway, I'm here. I'm excited to be here. So now what I'm making is, let me get this started. Once I start cooking, it goes really fast. It's more the adjusting. I'm taking a little blender here. Let me bring this down a bit for you. Maybe you can see it better now. Yeah, I've got this little blender here. Why the hell don't these move away? Alright, alright, alright. I don't know how to move this away. Okay, I don't know how to move it away. Okay, so I've taken a little blender, and yes, I am going to be using chickpea flour for this recipe, but it's a very, very special technique. The technique is what makes this really exciting and really new. Like I said, this recipe is already up on my channel, but I'm doing it after months. So let me see if my hand still works while making this recipe. So I'm going to be making keto, gluten-free, low-carb, what do you call it, egg roll wrappers, as well as puff pastry. It's exactly the same recipe. You can use it for either. So what I'm going to be beginning with is, quick and simple, is half a cup of chickpea flour, or you can call it besan. In India, it's called besan or chickpea flour. Here's the consistency, here's the color. It's this color, it's like a light yellow, and I'm going to put this into my blender. In that goes into my blender, and along with it, I'm going to double the amount. So if you choose to use 1/4 of a cup of chickpea flour, then just use half a cup of water, room temperature water. If you're using half a cup of chickpea flour besan, then use 1 cup of water. You get it? So it's double the amount of the chickpea flour. And let me just assure you, let me put this in, this is just room temperature water, and I'm putting it into my little ninja blender. I can't see the bottom of this, so I don't know whether you all are here, comments. I don't know what to do. Okay, forget it. I'm just not good at this, and that's the bottom line. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is give this a good whiz in my little ninja blender. I put it on top of my stove top so that it's all in view. Shut your ears for a few seconds. That's all that you need to do, just to blend it and make it into this liquid mixture. Yeah? and as liquid as this. Can you see that? It's really, really liquid. Okay, now that I've got that, that's it. That much of blending is all you need. Now I need a little kitchen towel to clean the mess I've made here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pan, and I hope you can see this because something is blocking it for me, but I'm hoping that you can see it. Maybe you can see it better now. Yeah, if you can see it better, please say it in the comments. And I'm putting it on, and I'm putting some water in it, in a pan at the bottom. Yeah. Now the problem is I could have done this beforehand, but because of my placing, it became difficult. So I just wait for the water to heat up, and I'm going to be using this method of taking another pan and putting it on top of this once the water is nice and bubbly. So it shouldn't take too long. I'm on one of those induction things, so it shouldn't. I'm putting it on full blast, so it should take about a minute. So let me tell you that, as I said, this can be used for both egg roll wrappers. You can even use this for puff pastry to make a spanakopita, or you can even fill it in, you know, what is that famous Persian dish, baklava? You can use it for baklava. You can also use it make it like a pot pie, and it's absolutely amazing. So now another thing that's very important while this is heating up is what I need is, as they keep coming off, I'm going to need a plate, which I'm going to, let me just move this away. I'm going to need a plate, and every time I pull out one layer of the puff pastry or the egg roll wrapper, I'm going to put it in this plate, and I'm going to brush it on with a little bit of olive oil. So I'm going to stack them one on top of the other, and as I keep stacking, one sheet, little olive oil, another sheet, little olive oil. In that way you can store them and they don't stick, and they become lovely and soft and pliable. That's the most important part. Okay, now as you can see there's steam coming out, so I think we are pretty good to go maybe. Now I've got this big pan and I'm putting it on top of it. And what we're going to be doing is, we're going to be doing some artwork. So it's pretty interesting. So here we go. Here's my mixture. I need another brush for the olive oil. Let me see if I can find that. You see, I'm not in my kitchen. I'm just in a makeshift area to do this kind of cooking. So please bear with me. Hopefully I can find another brush, which I obviously can't, but I'll figure it out. Right, for anyone joining me late, at the bottom is a pan of hot boiling water. On top of it, I've put another a flat pan, like a frying pan, anything on top of it. Just see that it is non-stick. That's very, very important. Without it being non-stick, you're going to be in big trouble. So now, and I've not made this recipe for at least a year, so let's see how it goes. Get your brush ready. Here's the mixture, and we are going to do some artwork. Now you can bring it into any shape or size that you want. If you want a square one, you can do that. You can do a round, you can do a rectangle. You can also use these wrappers to make samosas. So I can see quite a few people joining in. How are you all doing? So this can be used as puff pastry, as egg roll wrapper for to wrap samosas, and they are absolutely amazing. So here we go. Here's my lovely liquidy mixture in, and I'm going to begin with making it into like a circle, because I'm just seeing what size I want. And immediately I start doing a crisscross section. Here we go. Let me make it a little bigger. First I'm seeing what circumference I want. So I'm making it about this size. Okay. I'll make 2, 3 in front of you so that you get the drift of it and you are able to do this on your own. Here we go. I can't pick it up, but as you can see, can you see it's beginning to solidify? You're literally, I know a lot of people don't want to use chickpea flour, besan in the keto low carb way, but trust me, each wrapper will, you will get about 20 wrappers with this. And if you divide it, half a cup of chickpea flour has something, I think about 23 net carbs. And if you divide it into all the wrappers, you're going to get literally 1 net carb or less per wrapper. Okay, so can you see? All I'm doing is crisscross. Don't make them too thick because you are going to be quite excited. Just see that the corners have enough. Here we go. I'm quite happy with the shape and the size that I've made for this particular one. I think I'm going to use this for to make some egg rolls as well as to make some samosas. So I'm pretty excited about making this recipe of mine after ages. Okay. Now, basically we are letting it steam and it will start releasing slowly. You have to be very careful with this because this is what is important. Now, you start rolling out the sides. This takes a little knack and I'm not going to be really good at it either. You're waiting for it to dry up. I can make my stovetop now on medium and the corners will feel a little flaky, but don't be worried. You're going to get very excited seeing what pops up. I hope I'm not speaking too soon because like I said, this is a knack. Once you master it, and obviously I've not made it so often for me to master it. Like I said, you need for sure a, what do you call it, a non-stick pan. Don't try it on the other ones because we are not going to be putting a drop of oil. Here we go. Watch the magic. I'm going to try. The first one might break like all things. See, it's a little bit, I just needed to dry up a little more. And this, you'll have to be patient with me. See, the sides will feel like they are cracking. Don't worry, that's why. Make them a little bigger so that the cracking doesn't really affect your final product. Get used to using your hands on top of the pan. I'm pretty sure my first one is going to be quite ugly, but I said let me try this live. If I put up a recipe, it's important that I know how to make it whenever I'm showing it to my viewers. Can you see it peeling off? It's absolutely outstanding. There will be bits that are getting stuck. Just use your spatula. I don't want to use anything sharp, but I'm just giving it a slight nudge. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So remember, you are going to, the first one will not be so good. That's not a problem. I'm not worried if it completely breaks up. But we're almost there. So there you go. Can you see? Now look at the number of holes. Don't worry. That is, we're going to be layering things up. So the first one will look like this, but the next one should not. So let's do that live and let's see whether it works out. The water should be always there. Just see that you don't. Okay. I'm not even worried about the little crispy part. Here we go again. And there's a bit stuck. So hopefully it will work out better this time. I'm going to take it again. Make my circle. Make my circle. Wait for it to do a bit of a crisscross. Do a bit of a crisscross. Here we go. Crisscross. Yeah. Try to make it as equal as possible, but don't worry. All these holes will get, as you keep doing a crisscross action, they will get covered. Idea is to cover all the holes, but creating a mesh. The more you create the mesh, I think the easier it becomes to pull it out. Just my theory. but whatever, you know. So here we go again. Okay, there'll be spots that are little lighter and some that are darker. It's almost like layering. You begin with the first layer right at the bottom and then you create a layer. So here we go again. So literally for each of these you are literally using, I'm putting it off because it's pretty hot. So you are literally using a tablespoon, maybe maximum, not even that, half a tablespoon of chickpea flour in each of these. Okay, it's still very wet. I must let it cook a little more. I'm just trying to show you the second one, and then I'm going to show you how to layer it and how to use this whenever you're making any of the things you'd like to. You know, I have tried this with all different flours. I've tried it with almond flour, with coconut flour. I even tried it with lupin flour, which by the way is the closest to chickpea flour. But I was not able to achieve it. So I don't know if any other recipe creators have been able to achieve it with lupin flour, but I certainly wasn't able to. Maybe I just need to take a little more time and experiment with lupin flour. Okay, oops, watch it, the water is hot, everything is hot. Here we go. Here's my next one. Little better. It'll always take a few for you to get it going completely. I'm releasing the sides as much. I'm releasing the sides as much as possible, and then you pull with the motion. See that one, that over here is a bit still sticky. This might seem the most cumbersome. Pull out one day and make all of these, and then you'll see it doesn't matter if bits of it tear in the middle, because what we are going to be doing is layering them, even if you are making an egg roll wrapper. So I've actually chosen one of the most of my difficult recipes to bring, but I said let me do it live, let you see all the mistakes that happen with it. And so just, can you see how beautiful it is? I'm putting it off just now. Literally. This literally takes a little. I'm going to be strong. Try again. It's a difficult one, but I wanted you to see the most difficult one of all my recipes, so that you get an idea that what it takes to practice, and to, if I am making so much of a mess, it's okay even if you do so. I'm literally going to press it out. Now what I'm going to do next, literally, can you see? This one has like completely broken up. I'm still not worried because I'm still going to use this. And this is what I want to show you. Even if you get things like that, don't be worried, because what we're going to do is, as you use this, this is what happens. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil on top of this, just to brush it on, literally with my hands. I've got a bottle here, I'm doing something in all this. And then, even if you've got dregs like this, you place it on top. Keep watching and I'll show you how beautifully, when you make your spanna capita or your egg rolls, how these will turn out. Okay, a little more olive oil again on top of this. Just literally my brush has got all that chickpea flour in it, so I can't use it. And what will happen is, you will get eventually something you can turn over and fold. So if any of you want to still stay on, you're welcome to, because I'm not giving up and I'm going to get the perfect one out of this. So I want to clean this up and pull all this out, all these extras out. Quite a mess. And this time, obviously my non-stick pan is not working to its maximum potential. So what I'm going to do is, I don't want to put a like I said, I've come out with the toughest one possible. I'm just pouring it all in. I'm going to clean it up properly this time. Put a little oil in the pan, just a wee bit. Take a little tissue. Let it rotate. Pull out this extra. Can you imagine coming to life for the second time and doing all this? So, like I said, I've come out with the toughest one, but I said this is what happens when you do trials and trials. So when I said over there in the actual video, I will put the link to the actual video for this. Certain days it comes out better. Now I'll have to clean this whole thing up. I don't know whether I should take up more of your time, but this is not a good idea what I'm doing. But I'm going to brush this time and let's get it right. However long it takes. Oh, I know some of you must be saying, what is she doing with scraping it like that? But that's okay. All part, because in any case I think my non-stick thing has become a little less. So let's try this time with just coating the pan with a wee bit of olive oil, literally with a tissue, and let's do that again. So here we go, literally. So I've created that, and here still loads of mixture left, so nothing to worry about. Started with the circular action. Now if you're going to be making a spanakopita, or then you're going to be making the samosas, you can use 2-3 of these together to make one egg roll, so that even the bits that got ripped up is not a problem. You're still using all of these. This is the last one I'm trying, but you get the drift. This is the toughest of all my recipes, but it's okay. Some days are good, some days are bad. If you'll see in my main YouTube video for this recipe, you will see that I do it pretty easily. But that is because that was a particular day where I used the right pan and it unglued itself really well. So all a matter of which day. But once you get the hang of this, which obviously I haven't to perfection as yet, that's it. I'm letting this happen. I don't want to move. And immediately I am rolling the sides, not lifting it up, rolling the sides, because you don't want it to become crisp. There we go. We've got the sides going. I think that little bit of oil has helped in making it more made my pan a little better non-stick. Let's try to start doing the pulling action. It's a little soft, but I think another few seconds and we will start pulling. There you go. Can you see that? There we go. Are you all waiting to see whether this one works out? Or it's sticking a bit there. I have to be patient. Patience is the key. There we go. There we go. much better one. This is my third one, and I think my third one should come out completely. So, the trials and tribulations of a recipe creator. Never feel that what I am doing is easy. So, oh, she's a recipe creator, so she can do it easier and I can't. No. That's what I've come to show you. I've picked my most difficult recipe to show you. Practice makes perfect. And are you ready for this, guys? Because here we go. Are you watching? Are you watching? And almost to perfection. There you go. If some of you are there, do a clap, clap, clap. Okay? Now, remember the plate? Here we go. Remember I put a little bit of, look at, there you go, guys. Perfect. I'm going to put this over it. This is how it becomes soft and pliable. I'm going to spread a little more olive oil on top of it. So maybe I've learned with that if your non-stick pan is not really properly non-stick, it's better to put a little bit of oil on it to create it. Here you go. See my last one? Practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. I can see one comment. Hey, drop me your comments. Yeah, I knew. Oh, why has it disappeared, the comment? I don't know. Oh gosh. Isha was better. Okay. I have to be careful, my hair is fine. There you go. I'm so glad somebody's there and has noticed that I made it. Look at the beautiful see-through, how I can see my hands through it. So now, there we go. So the third one was perfect. Let's see. I know it's going to be long, but if you guys have the time, hang on. Is there a little, yeah, see the water in my lower pan has really decreased in quantity. So I'm picking it up, adding a little more water and letting it happen again. So let's do that once more and then I will say a goodbye. Let me just do that oiling, because I think it all depends on the pan and what non-stick action you have going in your pan. I'm so glad one of you noticed that. Drop me your comments, it will help in my algorithm, it will help me grow as a channel. The more comments you put, yeah. And I'm a holy mess today, but that's okay. So I just said this was an impromptu little thing. Here we go. So now, as you can see, it starts becoming easier and easier and easier. What's the problem? There we go. So a few pointers about it. Let me try to come here so I can talk also. Few pointers. You make your outer shape first, the round that of the size you want, and never mind if a few are a little bigger, smaller, that shouldn't really matter. Look at the amount of mixture, and this is our fourth one. So you can easily get out about 18, 20, I would say, easily with this mixture. Now that's pretty good if you ask me, when you're making egg rolls with half a cup of chickpea flour. I think it's quite a good trade-off, as they say. There we go. We've got this going. Just also don't make a very thick layer, because then you won't get that see-through action. And let's begin with the corners. There you go. See, I'm getting better and better. And so I'm so glad I had 2 failures and my third one became okay, because now I can show you that that's what exactly is going, because you know, when I make a YouTube video, the perfect one somehow comes out and that's the one that gets recorded, and that's what I don't want to do. I want to show you that it takes so many failures to get something right. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is still very soft. So we start from this side. Let's try this side. I'm also noticing the thinner the layer, the easier it comes out. That's also what I'm noticing very clearly. The thinner the layer, the easier it is to come off. See that? That side is a little thicker, so it gets stuck. One would think that the thicker you make it, the better. No, it's the other way round. I'm not going to trouble all of you so much, but as you can see, we're getting better and better and better. And here is the last one before I say toodle-doo. I want you to see that as you carry on, I'm going to be making the whole load, but it will happen. There you go. See, this one's got a few of those little bit of flitting happening because one side is a little thicker, and because of that, it's not lifting up from that side. So get used to this. This is what this is all about. A few of your not even one piece is going to get wasted. That let me assure you. See, this one is again lovely, but with a few cracks, but not a problem. It goes on top of that, and what I'll do is I'll choose. I'll pick one or two, one that's whole, one that's crackled. Use two together to make a spring roll. By the way, you can fry the spring rolls the way you want. You can bake it. You can make it in the air fryer. The possibilities are pretty endless with this one. One of the most messy recipes of mine too, because as you can see, the rest of my recipes are pretty much greased. But this I'm doing after almost a year, so your hand has to sit and try it all over again. So I think I've done enough, and I'm glad to be live on YouTube. And thank you for stopping by. And do leave me your comments here. Share this if you can with all the mess ups that happen, because that's how real life is. We don't get it perfect just because I'm a recipe creator. It always is a learning process. So lots and lots of love. Bye then. Take care. Thank God I know how to shut the video the cross side.